gentlemen, Congress netas on many occasions have openly displayed their visceral hatred towards the Hindu religion. But the hate has now gone one step too far. Now it seems they have a problem with the color saffron, which they've displayed on several occasions. The same color which represents the strength and courage of the country in the tricolor. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Rahul Gandhi's man in Maharashtra, Husain Dalwai, today in his hatred for Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath branded the color of his attire as regressive. He said that Yogi should shun saffron attire and modernize his mindset in order to get investments into UP. This chain of reaction came because Yogi Adityanath was in Mumbai to attract investors for his state, given the Global Investment Summit coming up in February. Listen in to this anti-Bhagwa statement from Husain Dalwai.
आणि त्यासाठी वातावरण तयार करा, त्यासाठी रोज काही धर्माच्या आणि ह्याच्या गोष्टी करण्याऐवजी आणि भगवे कपडे घालून फिरण्याऐवजी जरा मॉडर्न व्हा.
But it's not just Mr. Husain Dalwai, who's a former Rajya Sabha member of Parliament. The Bhagwa allergy is not new when it comes to the Congress party. The grand old party's office in Kerala's Thrissur in September, just in the beginning of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, was painted in the colors of the Tiranga ahead of Rahul Gandhi's visit. But at the last moment, the color saffron seemed to be just a little too much for the Congress's liking, and they repainted green on top as they thought it might just look like BJP's saffron. In 2010, we cannot forget the then Home Minister P. Chidambaram, who infamously coined the term saffron terror and implicated saffron terror in many bomb blasts in that time period. Also, in 2019, Gandhi loyalist Digvijay Singh chose to highlight crimes related to only saffron-clad seers. Also in 2013, Sushil Kumar Shinde, who was the then Home Minister, said that BJP and RSS conduct terror camps to spread saffron terrors. So, ladies and gentlemen, this statement of Husain Dalwai is not a one-off incident. The best response that the Congress managed to come up with this was to distance itself from the blowback, but no outright condemnation.
हुसैन दलवाई मेरे साथ राज्यसभा में सदस्य रह चुके हैं और बोल लेते हैं. मैं हमेशा जो बोलते हैं गंभीरता से नहीं लेता हूँ.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने अगर कानून व्यवस्था, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, सड़क, पानी, बिजली सही करी होती तो उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री को निवेश के लिए दर दर नहीं भटकना होता और ऑस्टिन जैसी फ्रॉड यूनिवर्सिटियों से एमओयू नहीं साइन करने पड़ते.
The BJP, of course, came out all guns blazing, targeting the Congress party for once again trying to humiliate the Hindu symbols just to appease the Congress's own vote bank. Listen in.
Time and again, Hindu आस्था का करो अपमान ताकि चले वोट बैंक की दुकान. This is the same Congress party which said Hindu terror, saffron terror, Hindutva is like ISIS, Gita ji mein jihad hai. Rahul Gandhi must tell us, because he claims to be a Janyudhari Hindu, does he stand with these anti-Hindu comments of Husain Dalwai, or will the Congress party take action on Husain Dalwai and sack him?
क्या ये बयान देश के साधु संतों का, भगवा पहनने वाले हमारे पूजनीय वंदनीय संतों का अपमान नहीं है? कांग्रेस दल और उनके नेताओं को क्या हो गया है? भगवे रंग से इन्हें क्या आपत्ति है? चुनाव समीप आते हैं, उन्हें हिंदू धर्म की याद आती है और चुनाव निकल जाते हैं, उनका असली हिंदू विरोधी चेहरा देश के सामने आता है.
तो कांग्रेस के जो नेता दलवाई हैं, ये पहले अपने वेशभूषा के बारे में ध्यान देना चाहिए. जो टोपी लगाते हैं, बाकी जो इनका वस्त्र है, जो पैजामा ऊपर करके पहनते हैं, उनको जो है भगवा के बारे में बोलने का कोई अधिकार, राइट नहीं है, खासकर हमारे प्रिय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी के लिए. इसका मैं घोर विरोध करता हूं और निंदा करता हूं.
So the legitimate question we're asking on the news are tonight, Bhagwa bashing for ballot by the Congress party? Is that really what it wants to do? That's the question. And the debate, Yogi Saffron Row. The debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining the debate tonight, Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the BJP, Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate, Shantanu Gupta, author, Ravi Srivastava, political analyst, Abbas Haider, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. But my first question goes to my friend, Mr. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, Congress leader. And Mr. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, Rahul Gandhi, very modern, can bring in investments because he wears a T-shirt. But Yogi Adityanath, Chief Minister of the largest state in India, wears saffron robes. So clearly, he's old-fashioned and not modern and therefore cannot bring any investment to UP. Is that how the equation really stands for the Congress party?
Navika, good evening. If you think that the saffron is the topic of debate today, then let me tell you, I love the saffron in my biryani. You know, it adds a very vibrant color, it adds a good taste and flavor. Saffron has always been the pious color of India, starting from Swami Vivekananda in the infamous Chicago speech, where Swami Vivekananda highlighted the Hindu religion to the world. From that to this person who has made bulldozer as an instrument of state policy to oppress people who have protested against the policies of the government, bulldoze their houses just because they have opposed him. Do you think this is not enough to criticize Yogi government and Yogi ji? I feel as a whole, the statement that the Congress leader has made today may be out of taste, but it's not out of context, Navika.
Okay.
People of India are really
not tasteful, but not out of context, Tuhin Sinha. And even for Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, Swami Vivekanand comes only second to saffron in his biryani. Now, talk about stereotyping, and you have it on display on the panel tonight. Tuhin Sinha, respond.
Good evening. I think Kamru Zaman Chaudhary just somehow borrowed Rahul Shivshankar's tweet and mentioned about Swami Vivekanand because I think his initial thought was only to mention the biryani. But the saffron is the color of fire, it is the color of the sun, and the color signifies energy, it signifies tyag, sacrifice, and it signifies a quest for salvation. So in fact, you know, in fact, I have been increasingly wearing saffron on different occasions, and I have seen the rise in energy. For Yogi Adityanath, that has helped him transform UP completely in the last 6 months from being the hub of corruption, from being the hub of lawlessness, which Samajwadi Party's colors had reduced it to, whatever their colors. I don't want to, even talk about it. But the point is that the saffron has given him the energy, has given him the courage to transform UP completely. And in the years to come, possibly that is going to help him transform India. Of course, Swami Vivekananda had introduced Hinduism to the entire world, and he was wearing saffron at that point of time. The problem with this Congress party is that it is obsessed with form over substance, one of the reasons why all their criticism is devoid and bereft of logic. Secondly, the constituency where Rahul Gandhi is somewhere holding on, managing to survive in Indian politics by virtue of being the member of parliament from Wayanad. The truth is that he cannot afford to paint himself saffron, or he cannot afford to don saffron because he would lose that constituency also. And therefore, on some pretext or the other, starting from 2010, when, I don't know, at that point of time, Rahul Gandhi did not even need Wayanad. But today, his desperation is to retain his Wayanad constituency, which he can't by donning saffron.
Well, so let me get in Ravi Srivastava ji. Ravi Srivastava ji, I can understand.
Navika, can I just come in?
I'm coming to you.
Can I come in?
Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, thoda sa, just a little. Other people also need to speak, so I'll come back to you. But Ravi Srivastava ji, this saffron allergy follows a certain pattern. Whether it is saffron terror, whether it is, the painting on the Thrissur district Congress office, thoda saffron ज़्यादा हो जाएगा तो problem हो जाएगी भाई, saffron हटाओ, हरा लगाओ. This shows a chronology of allergy with the color saffron, and today it comes out to be a stereotype of, saffron cannot represent modernity. Now, I wear a sari. Would you start commenting that I can't be a modern person, I can't think in a modern manner just because I wear a sari, which is a traditional Indian dress? So, Ravi Srivastava, are we going to now address people according to what they wear, what color they use? What are we coming to?
Navika, first of all, Husain Dalwai's statement, I don't think should be taken seriously. It's a kind of an ordinary advisory given to Yogi Adityanath. I recall the Prime Minister of this country saying that Dangai apne kapdon se pehchane jate hain. On record, he said it. So I don't know, much of the explanation is not needed. But the fact is that what he was saying is that why you are wearing this saffron and why not wear some modern dress? Now, saffron wearing person, saffron represents spirituality. It represents a sainthood. Now, what kind of sainthood are you practicing in Uttar Pradesh? You have become a bulldozer, Adityanath. You are doing all kind of discrimination. You are doing all kind of anger. You are doing all kind of violence in the state is happening. The law and order is in a mess. So what your dress is going to help you? Instead, better you modernize. I am on record. I am saying it. The clothes do not matter at all for a person. Even the Arab sheikhs, they wear their own attire and all. Their dress, do they not attract the investment? It has nothing to do with the attire. It has nothing to do with the color of this particular leader. Now, as far as your statement on Kerala is concerned, there is no animosity with the saffron color by the Congress. Because the Congress paid all their offices with the tricolor. They believe in all three colors. The color Hindu, the color Bhagwan, the color green, the color white. So there some painter had wrongly painted it in one color, and the DCC chairman has qualified it. He has said it ultimately.
Ishkaran Bhandari, the Congress stands with all colors, but if the Thrissur district office gets colored saffron in a greater percentage than the other colors, then they color it the other colors. But they are with all colors in the tricolor. And they coin the term saffron terror. They don't coin a term called green terror, blue terror, yellow terror. But saffron terror is definitely a terminology coined by the Congress party. Yet Congress is pious and stands for diversity and everybody in this country.
Navika ji, before I come to the serious debate, on a lighter side, I am wearing a so-called regressive color of saffron, so I hope I'm still given adequate time because Congress might try to interrupt me when I speak.
But I don't know if you're going to make any modern arguments.
I will not make any modern argument because I think Bhartiya is itself modern, which they don't seem to understand. But let me just start with Congress and its ecosystem because both are equally important. Congress survives on its ecosystem when it is out of power. So this ecosystem, I will cover three different aspects of life: economy, terror, and soft power, as different as things can be. On economy, Nehruvian policies guided by socialists and communists were mocked and called Hindu rate of growth when the economy was tanking. And the justification was given Hindu ethos of being satisfied, of not working hard, of not enjoying innovation. That is why they termed the economy from 1950 to 90 as Hindu rate of growth. But when the economy is doing well, when we have become the fifth largest economy, they don't call it a Hindu rate of growth. Why? Because the Prime Minister is different. That is how the soft power works. Now let me come to terrorism. All over the world was grappling with Islamic fundamentalism. And what happens in India? Chidambaram comes up with saffron terror se bach ke raho, saffron terror se savdhan raho. So, to cover something, you blame Hindus and saffrons, and thank God for Tukaram Mumble-ji. And I hope BJP government gives him a Bharat Ratna, because if we had not caught that Ajmal Kasab, I am sure RSS ki sajish would have become the official version. Saffron would have again been defamed from Mumbai, because that is the past 2010 statement of Chidambaram. And now, on the soft power part of it, that means Besharam Rang and all opposition who wearing a bikini and creating. Don't interrupt. See, I told you Congress will interrupt because a saffron wearing person is speaking. A saffron wearing person has to speak, so they will interrupt. Just give me 10 more seconds and then you can rant.
Where is Kripa now?
I didn't interrupt you, my friend.
Hey,
I
that
didn't interrupt
person
you.
who
Don't interrupt the other person.
That is
Don't interrupt. I know saffron is like red to you, so you have to try to gore me. Saffron is like red to you, so you have to try to gore me, but it won't work. I will still have my say.
Patent, my
and
dear.
then you can
Okay,
Kamru
Zaman Chaudhary, allow him 10 seconds. Let him complete his point and then you can rebut. Yes, Ishkaran.
Navika ji, economy, terror, and now let's come to the soft power. That is why deliberately, if you wear a saffron bikini and great in the most sexual manner, that is modernity. And that is the saffron they want to show. But if you wear saffron and lead the life of a monk or the chief minister who has just won a historic mandate to be re-elected, then they have a problem with saffron being regressive. So that is why I say on all aspects, Hindu, cultural, they want to object, because they think being Hindu itself is a problem.
Well, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, you want to rebut Ishkaran Bhandari? Your time starts now.
No, I was listening to Ishkaran Bhandari, Navika, and I could not sum up the total what he wanted to say. So that's the trigger that these people go to when they hear the word of saffron or bhagwa. It seems they have got a patent on the bhagwa color or the saffron color. Don't you ever dare to create a patent on the saffron color or any other color for that matter. This color belongs to India. Indian flag has got that color. So don't please try to create a patent.
Then why the Thrissur district office was recolored, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary? Why don't you answer that question? Why was the Thrissur district office recolored? Because saffron percentage was a little more. So answer that question.
My house, my color. My choice, whatever color I want, I can recolor it, I can do it 10 times. Is there any difference?
Yogi Adityanath's choice,
Navika,
his color
that is not an argument.
His dress.
The argument that I want to put out
Dalwai साहब को क्यों तकलीफ हो रही है? 1 minute. Then Dalwai साहब doesn't have a leg to stand on, and I'm coming back to you in just a bit, Ishkaran. But let me get in Abbas Haider. Abbas Haider. You know, somebody in t-shirt is modern, can ask for investment, but somebody dressed in saffron cannot ask for investment because he's not modern enough. So clearly telecom companies, artificial intelligence companies, information technology companies will not invest in UP because वहाँ तो भगवा पहने हुए हैं चीफ मिनिस्टर जी. अब ये बेतुकी बात है या does it have any logic?
नाविका जी, दिल हमारा मोहब्बत से गुलजार है, हमको तो दिखता हर रंग पे प्यार है. दिस इज आइडियोलॉजी ऑफ समाजवादी पार्टी एंड आई हैव अ सजेशन फॉर ऑल माय फेनो पैनलिस्ट कि मैं अमन पसंद हूं, मेरे शहर में दंगा रहने दो. मैं अमन पसंद हूं, मेरे शहर में दंगा रहने दो. लाल हरे में मत बांटो, मेरी छत पे तिरंगा रहने दो. See, I strongly disagree with what Mr. Dalwai has said. See, what somebody is wearing, it's an issue of personal liberty. But, you know, here is a question. Actually, under the rule of Yogi Adityanath ji, condition of Uttar Pradesh has worsened. The economy of the state has collapsed completely. When Samajwadi Party was in power, GDP growth rate of Uttar Pradesh was around 12%. Now it is around 1%. There are 2 crore unemployed youth in Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Yogi Adityanath is running from pillar to post to get investment in Uttar Pradesh, but in reality nobody is coming to invest in the state because of the lawlessness in the state. According to NCRB data, if you compare 4 years of NCRB data which is available of SP government and BJP government, around 82,000 serious crime cases have increased in Uttar Pradesh. This is the reality. 4 lakh children are suffering from malnutrition in Uttar Pradesh. Per capita expenditure on health is lowest in the country. That is 253 rupees. So Uttar Pradesh on every index has completely got down in past 5.5 years, 6 years. There has been no investment. There are around 1,045 MOU signed during the first investor summit, but nobody is talking about them. How much investment in reality UP has got? We want a white paper from the government. How many youths they have given employment because of the investment they have got? They are not answering. They are just spending 500-600 crore every year on marketing, and they is trying to portray that UP is doing well. This is far from reality, Navika ji. I strongly disagree what Mr. Dalwai has said, but yes, this is a reality that Uttar Pradesh is doing very bad as of now. Recently, 4.2% was growth rate in Uttar Pradesh. Recent data out of 19 states,
Priyanka Gandhi Vadra says that 1,000 crores has been spent by the BJP in destroying the image of Rahul Gandhi. Now Abbas Haider Saab is saying 500 crores have been spent on marketing Yogi Adityanath, पर कुछ हो नहीं रहा उत्तर प्रदेश में. फिर भी पता नहीं क्या जी जादू है कि बार बार जनता उन्हीं को इलेक्ट करती है. क्या चक्कर है?
I think first of all, Navika, coming on the saffron color saffron, Yogi Adityanath is not wearing saffron out of a choice of a color that okay today I have to wear saffron. He is a sannyasi. He has taken a sannyas, meaning saffron colors, which is Bhagwa, which is come from the word Bhagwan, and Bhagwan that represents sacrifice, piousness. So because of that tradition of Indian sannyas, he is wearing Bhagwa. A lot of people in your panel maybe don't understand, right? That number one. You just told that Yogi Adityanath won a historic mandate in 2022. So 4 crore people in UP believe that what he has done in UP in the last 5 years is amazing. You know, UP's number one is almost 42 central government scheme, and Yogi Adityanath always say that along with ease of doing business, I also want ease of living. And ease of doing business was almost 14th, 15th before 2017. Now UP stands number 2nd. And you know, for the GIS, meaning the Global Investment Summit 2023, Yogi Adityanath has set a target of 10 lakh crores of investment. And when he sent teams to 16 countries outside, he already, after discounting all the MOUs which are not so genuine maybe, 7 lakh crore were intent was already promised. So he increased the target from 10 lakh crore to 17 lakh crores. And now he's starting national roadshows from Mumbai today, where he's meeting likes of Mukesh Ambani, Kotak, all the bankers, people from the film industry. This is the first time. This is the first time. Please don't interrupt. Please don't interrupt. I did not interrupt. Please don't interrupt.
Abbas
Haider,
allow him to complete, and then you can rebut him. You know, everybody shouldn't speak at the same time. Complete your point, Shantanu.
Exactly. Thank you for teaching him manners. Yeah, so now he's starting national road shows, and Yogi Adityanath is spearheading it from Mumbai, and it will happen in 8 other states. See, when I met him in January and gifting him my second book, in between election, when I asked him in the next term what will be his focus, his only statement, very focused, I will do whatever it takes to make UP a 1 trillion economy. Navika, you tell me, when did you hear any state setting a GDP target? Very rare. And when he did not even take the oath, the RFP, the request for proposal for the consulting company for 1 trillion economy was already floated, and now Deloitte is already working with 60-member team and making sectorial policies for how to make quadruple, make 4 times UP economy. Maybe they not reach the target. The target is too steep. But this is the first time a chief minister and his team is doing a targeted focus for a 1 trillion economy. I think we should add, and this is not the time for mentioning what color, what t-shirt, what clothes he's wearing.
So respond, Abbas Haider. I am completely against anybody intervening on the question of choice of clothes. And choice of clothes, whether it is a bikini in a film or, you know, an attire that is worn by Yogi Adityanath, everybody should be allowed to wear what they want to wear and how they want to wear and how they want to behave. Where is the problem of Yogi Adityanath not being modern enough to develop Uttar Pradesh? The state's people have given him the charge of the state, not once but twice. How can you actually contradict that?
See, the problem is, I agree with you that, it is a matter of choice. But the thing is, I respect him as a saint. But the problem is not a visionary leader. That's a reality. That's a bitter truth. Because when he became the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh in March 2017, the unemployment rate in UP was 2.4%. Now it has reached, in June 2022, it has reached 2.8%. No. So actually, the unemployment rate in the state have increased. Actually, and if you talk about 1 trillion economy and such marketing jinx, I think they should not be taken seriously.
Are you contesting?
See, the problem is,
are you contesting the data, Shantanu Gupta? Are you contesting the data?
No, I am claiming CMI data.
Based on any data, it is CMI
Indian economy. That is
based
what I am
on
claiming.
CMI data. Okay. Let me correct you.
Let me correct you.
CMI data 2017. I have quoted in my book and multiple articles.
March 2017 and
was
June
standing out between 14 to 16%. Yeah. No, you're completely wrong. Go to the website and check. Go to the website right now and show you on the screen.
He's interrupting me.
It was.
See how.
I'm just learning from you.
I'll tell you. See, when you talk about this, somebody should when you comment on somebody's clothes, I think you should also not say who should wear what. And if you can identify people by what they are wearing, I think that is also not acceptable. So I think these statements from both the sides should stop. We are in a civic society. Such statements should not be taken seriously, and they are in a bad taste, no doubt. But if you talk about the economy, if you talk about the vision of the Chief Minister, it has failed completely. There is no doubt about it.
Well, Ishkaran Bhandari, you should not take these statements seriously, says Abbas Haider. Would they behave the same way if somebody from the BJP had made a statement of that kind against the Lal Topi of Akhilesh Yadav?
Navika ji, I'll come to that, but first I want to answer Kamran from my friend from the Congress, because he took my name. I am not surprised he didn't understand me. Usually he is a very reasonable person, but because I'm wearing saffron today, of course he will not understand me, because A, they don't understand saffron, B, they want to ignore everything saffron, C, they want to dismiss it. Unfortunately, the voters have dismissed them, and they must live up to their reality and enjoy their biryani in peace, because that's the time the voters have given to them to enjoy their biryani and the food. And now let's come to ignore the statement. That is the problem. This casual way. If you use casually for any other religion or symbolism, you would be hauled over coals, because you would be called a bigot. But the casual way a Rajya Sabha MP or ex-MP can speak on Hinduism or saffron or anything connected to Hinduism, and I agree, all colors are Indian, all colors are from Bharat. But they have a specific targeting to saffron color. That is why saffron needs to be defended double strongly. And if they don't learn their lesson right now, then all the mandirs they go to when the elections are announced, all the Chunavi mandir yatras they do when the elections are announced will bear no fruit, because you cannot insult for 364 days of the year, 4 years in a row, and last month become a Chunavi Hindu.
Well, respond to that, Kamruzaman Chaudhary.
Well, Ishkaran, be at ease, man. I'm not going to snatch away that lovely sweater of yours, orange color. I love that color.
If Congress is in power, you may do it.
The context is not about only the saffron color. No, I'm not going to do it. But I will love when I search for a color, same color tomorrow. But anyhow, you know, Navika, the basic point out here is not anybody criticizing Yogi in a sadhu's clothes. The point is that this man, Yogi Adityanath, has polarized the state to such an extent that a sadhu wearing a saffron robes is feared upon by a minority section of the community. That is the biggest problem that India is facing right now. These people, they have used the name of Lord Ram as a war cry. And you cannot expect better things from these people.
So Lord Ram has once again become a war cry. Lord Ram is once again a war cry.
Please bring in investment into the states. But then...
Navika ji, see the casual manner.
No, not Lord Ram. You lynch people in the name of Jai Shri Ram. You lynch people with the name of Jai Shri Ram. That is not right.
My friend, lynching people is not right whether you are chanting Jai Shri Ram or chanting something else. Lynching people is not right is true, but you associate it with the chants of Jai Shri Ram, which is the problem, and it talks about a mindset. And Tuhin Sinha, it is this mindset. And I don't know if any of you noticed, but maybe there was a Freudian slip from Kamru Zaman Chaudhary. When he commented on Ishkaran Bhandari's cardigan also, he first used the word orange. Orange बोल लेंगे, saffron बोलने में दिक्कत है. भाई orange है, saffron है, what's in a name? And Tuhin Sinha, it is the mindset which is the problem.
No, it was no Freudian slip. It was a deep-rooted aversion against Hindu sensibilities.
Please don't defend
Please understand that while, please allow me some. While Congress and Samajwadi Party might pretend, while they may pretend that they embrace all the colors, their particular aversion only towards one color, which is the saffron color, which is well known. And that aversion towards saffron is the larger, aversion towards Hindu sensibility. So when Malika, while Malika Arjun Khadge might make a statement like, if you vote for Modi ji next time, you will be promoting Sanatan Dharma. Shivraj Patil might make a statement like likening the fight in Mahabharata to jihad. Some of the other people use the clever words like saffron terror and advising against wearing saffron clothes, which is a smarter way of signaling to their vote bank that, listen, we are with you. And the Congress compulsion is well known. At the end of the day, they need an AUDF in Assam, they need an IUML in Kerala, they need a Maulana Taqir in Uttarakhand. So obviously, in some ways or the other, the Congress signaling against... But clearly,
Akhilesh Yadav has learnt a lesson, and he says, whatever they do, they can do. I'm not allying with the Congress party ever again. And that he said to me 2 days ago in an interview. But let me get in Ravi Srivastava. And by the way, let me also set the record straight. Abbas Haider was absolutely right when he said that the unemployment figure in Uttar Pradesh in March 2017 was 2.4. That is what the figure was. I just checked it. Shantanu Gupta, you may do well to check that number as well. But Ravi Srivastava, I'm not talking about one odd comment here or there by Mr. Dalwai. The issue is about this sustained manner in which any Hindu symbol becomes a problem for the Congress party. Whether it is the color of their building in Thrissur, whether it is saffron terror, whether it is the saffron robes, the issue is that it is in a sustained manner that they go after this color. And doesn't this actually represent a mindset? That's the only debate tonight.
I totally disagree with you that saffron terror was meant was that the terrorist could be of the saffron color also. It does not mean that terror becomes saffron color. Even the people wearing saffron could be terrorists too. This is what was meant.
Then Ravi Srivastava, why isn't there a green terror? Why isn't there a blue terror? Why isn't there a red terror?
You name it when you see it. You name it, you see when you see it. Why not?
You've not seen. You've not seen. Ishkaran Bhandari, they've not seen that color of terror. Only saffron color terror is what Ravi Srivastava and the Congress can see.
Navika ji, it's a question to me, so may I answer?
Yes, Ishkaran. Respond to that. All faders down.
Thank you. These two clever by half arguments stand fully exposed before the public. 2010, when Chidambaram was speaking, that it was a very specific series of events which he was targeting when he said saffron terror is the main terror which you have to be careful about. So 10 years down the line, they may think people have forgotten, but people have not forgotten the statements. They have forgotten to vote for you because you can be too clever by half on TV debates, but how you act while you're in power is well known to the people of this country. You can Google the statements of that time. It was very specific, it was very targeted, it was very direct, and that is why you're directly sitting outside the power.
Well, and if it is about the dress of Yogi Adityanath, then we revel in the clothes we wear, conventional, old-fashioned, whatever they are. In fact, the man who coined the term saffron terror actually wears a veshti and always wears a veshti to parliament. He did so even when he was finance minister. But he was modern enough to take India forward. But today, Yogi Adityanath is being questioned for the clothes that he wears. Is that the way people will judge him in the Congress party? And will India actually understand that line of thinking? That's the question. Thank you very much to my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.